The first soil is being turned on a project that will not only transform this Blue Mountains neighbourhood, but also what food the people living here will eat.
We've realised that actually there are a lot of people in the mountains who want their plots to be productive, but they either are young couples with children who may not have the time or are commuting to the city for work, or they're older people who may have mobility issues or don't have the physical possibility to keep their plots productive.
Manu Prigioni started the Farm It Forward program to create market gardens on unused residential land to grow organic fruit and vegetables to sell locally. It's an idea that grew originally from a desire to connect with others and has blossomed into something more.
I struggled being a young mum with a baby by myself in the mountains, and I found that social isolation was a very real problem out here, and that was really what fueled starting an enterprise like this one.
And Farm It Forward turned out to be what Rosie Lee and her husband were looking for after moving from Sydney's busy inner suburbs. They had dreams of growing their own flourishing veggie garden, but it didn't go quite to plan.
It was more of a nice idea. We had kind of started and had some things growing, but it wasn't as, I guess, fruitful and productive as we'd like it to be, especially with a 7-month-old. So when Manu pitched the idea to us, I thought, great, well, if we're not going to use it, then someone else can. And it just seemed like such an amazing project to be part of.
So they volunteered the land around their house in return for some of the food produced from the garden. And it has the added bonus of community connections. Still in the early stages of cultivating new gardens, the project relies on young aspiring farmers to get things up and running.
I hope to work on the farms that we're building for quite some time, and also to train young people to be able to then take over the farms or start their own farms.
Come harvest time, what's grown in the gardens will end up at the Littleton stores in Lawson. The not-for-profit food co-op has grown to 650 members since it began in 2015. Every week, store workers prepare boxes of organic fruit and vegetables ready for pickup in the region. They're working on limiting food mileage as much as they can.
So at the moment, the organic produce that we have available is kind of working on a national level, on a national system. And what we would really like to do is create a food system that is much more localised, that we still have the variety and the availability of nutritious organic produce all year round. But hopefully with Farm It Forward, we'll be able to grow enough produce that we'll be able to supply our community members with produce from just our local area.
Sylvia May loves her 2-hectare bush property, but as she gets older, maintaining it is difficult. For her, Farm It Forward is a perfect fit to help her stay here as long as she can, and make new friends.
The Farm It Forward project. It does feel wonderful, because I'm very much aware that I won't always be able to do heavy work, and a big garden needs heavy work. So making friends with young people might be very helpful for me when it comes to the heavy work. Because I like the idea of people helping each other, and I like the idea of having young friends. I thought it might be a good way to have some younger people coming to visit me, and I thought it might be good for me and good for them.
Yes, no, that's fine. Yes.
It makes me feel very optimistic about being able to continue to live on my bush block as I get older.
People are joining Farm It Forward every week, and Manu hopes this project is just the beginning of something much bigger.
What I hope is really to fine-tune this model so that it can be used as a blueprint for other semi-rural areas all over Australia.